Go ahead and try to explain to you how to place an order into our system in a non-traditional fashion. The bulk of the work that our company produces is product that can't really be easily set up to an automated purchasing system. However, we would like to be able to bring to our customers the ability to log orders in automatically, be able to check the status of the project as it's going along, um, be able to do some proofing on their own, and to have a history that they're able to go back to. Now, this will only work for orders here forward, so if you've been a customer a long time, your order history won't be in here for the last several years. So again, this will only be as good as our orders for here forward. Now, we have a lot of business that is a reoccurring business. Customers have been with us a long time, and then we also might have a couple of new customers who will be coming in this way. And we're going to know that because we obviously are monitoring all the traffic. So again, you would use this system if you have something that that won't fit our online characteristics. So the first thing that has to happen is that you have to log into your account. If you don't have an account, you can either call the office. We'll be happy to help you get an account set up. Several of our customers have now received usernames and passwords, and you can certainly go ahead and create a new account. And we have a video that is up on our website under resources, under our resource video library, that you can go ahead and follow along with as well. Go ahead now, we're going to go ahead and log into our account. So we're back at the home page. We're going to hit the login button. Then we're going to go ahead, we're going to put our username and password. Mine is POV test. And then the password is POV test. And then we're going to go ahead and click the login. And then we're going to come over here to this resource tab and click general order system. And then we're going to follow along here and put as much information in this order form as we can. And we've taken this system again and we've kind of made it operate for what we're trying to do with our customers who have orders that again are not a traditional order, meaning that there's no way you'd ever automate their ordering process. So we've tried to customize this form a little bit and are still learning as we're going along. So as you find things that aren't quite right or don't make sense or don't work the way they are, please let us know. We know that this is a work in progress, certainly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the name of the person placed in the order. I'm just going to put my name there. And then if there's a company name, we're going to put that there as well. And then under this description of project, the more information you can give to us, the better off we're going to be knowing exactly what we're doing about your project. Our goal is to be able to bother you as little as possible. And if we have everything here, then our notes are going to be really accurate, and it's going to make the entire process run a lot smoother. So I'm going to go ahead and say we want 500 saddle stitched books. Finished size is 8.5 by 11. They're 4-color with bleeds. They're on 100-pound coated text. Epson proof. And that the customer wants them delivered. Okay, and that's it in a nutshell, but again, the more information you put there, the better off we are. There is no such thing as too much information, I don't believe. A PO number that you want to have us assigned to your account, if you have a past invoice, anything that's going to help, again, make the process smoother for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put in PO number 1000, and we'll make sure that that gets into the billing information. Over here on this side, this is again more specific information now that we're going to put in. And again, the quantity is going to be 500. The next two areas you don't need to worry about for this process. And then the project is either, it's going to be an exact rerun, it's going to be a rerun with described changes or a new file supplied. We're going to go ahead and supply a new file for this project, so I'm going to click on that. And then the files are you going to attach them to the form? Are they up on our POV-FTP? Do you want to send us a link to a Dropbox or somewhere else? Or are they files that have been sent to us or files that we're using from our history? You can choose any of these options, whichever one seems to make the most sense. We're going to attach the form. Are there any changes that need to be made to the file? Either yes or no. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to say no. If there are, you can list below the changes. Proofing, you can go direct to press, but again, remember, if you go direct to press, you're not going to see the file again, and if there are any errors or corrections, unfortunately, it's on you at that point. So I understand, we all understand the people don't want to spend the time looking at it again, or they're under the gun and need to get it done, but we can either go direct to press, we can send you a PDF, we can do a digital laser proof, or we can do an Epson, and I'm going to choose an Epson for this. Generally, we only would do an Epson if it's going to go onto a printing press, and this project is. Sales rep. If you're a new customer, obviously you'd leave it marked as new customer, and our sales manager, Doug Perry, will reach out and introduce who we are, and we'll help you process the order. If you're working with Doug, you can check his name, or if you're a house account, or you don't know and you choose house account, that's fine too. Is there an estimate required? You may already have a quote that we've done. Some of the jobs we're doing, there are going to be reruns. If it's the same price, we can proceed as is. We don't need to proceed until we have a quote approved. Or we can go ahead and start to proceed and get you a quote as quickly as we can. So we're going to go ahead and mark here that we already have a quote. Now this is a little confusing here with the mailing situation. We do a lot of mail service for a lot of customers. So in this situation, I'm going to say no, we're not doing any mail services. So I'm going to leave it on no mail list service required. So obviously there won't be a list attached. And then obviously we're not going to have to worry about if it's going first, standard, or nonprofit. We're going to just keep marking no. For specific dates needed, if you don't mark down a date, we're going to go ahead and set up a timeline based on when things get approved. If you have a specific date that you need, make sure you mark yes and then mark it down below. You'll see we have a box down below. So I'm going to say no, please proceed at normal schedule. And then for timing, our digital copier production schedules are generally running 2 to 3 days from the time they're approved. Our press schedules are running 7 to 10 days from the time that they're approved. And if you need an express service, meaning that those dates aren't going to work, reach out to us. Again, mark express service. We'll call. We'll get it all figured out for you. And again, down below, you'll see where you can mark all that information in. If you don't know, just go ahead and leave it at the express service or 2 to 3 days, and we'll help you figure it out. But I know on this project, it's on the press, so we're going to leave it at 7 to 10 days. Delivery information, we got a lot of different options. You can certainly read through them all. They all make sense. I'm going to go ahead and mark on this one POV to deliver. And again, a lot of our customers are already set up with automatic deliveries, but there could be additional costs that would be incurred. And then is there anything else that you want to tell me, or well, I didn't really have a really good answer for one of these above? We'll go ahead and put no, I want to list additional information. Okay, and as far as the total amounts, the way we have the system configured, it will not calculate, this system will not calculate total costs for you. The only thing that this system's really going to help us with is the management, the organization, generating history, and allowing you to follow along with what's going on. And, as far as the monetary amount, that's why all that quoting information is important, or if you need prices. And from a billing perspective, if you already have terms of our company and you're in good standing, we will continue to bill you. If you're a new customer and we need to collect a deposit or bill on shipping, we'll still reach out to you. And if you're one of our COD accounts, Natalie will work internally to get you all set up and make sure that your billing is taken care of before your product will ship. All right, we're going to upload our file. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on select. And we're going to go and find our PDF or our file that we're going to attach. I have a file here I'm going to go ahead and attach. You can update or upload multiple files or mailing lists, whatever you would need. And then on your ship to, if you have one address, you can pick that. If you have a secondary address that you want to ship to, you can pick that. Um, if you don't know how to put a secondary address into your account, again, under our resource library, we have a section in there that talks about how to change your shipping address and how to add additional addresses. So we're going to go ahead and ship this down to Ann in Key Largo and keep her busy down there. The name of your job, this is critical, especially for the history, that you put in there exactly how you want to remember that job, because in the history, that's how it's going to be defined. I'm going to go ahead and say this is part number 1504, brochures, instructional brochures. Okay, that way we'll all know what it is. When you call and say I'm talking about part number 1504, or when we're looking at your history and trying to find it, we'll have that much better success locating it for you. And then here would be the additional instructions for anything that you needed to add additional. For the shipping date, I didn't know this was a press or digital. Please help. Please help define shipping date info. Or if you wanted to go ahead and give us more information on the shipping, for example, the shipment needs to be marked left at door. Anything like that that's pertinent, that's where you're going to want to go ahead and get it marked in so that we're able to go ahead and make sure that all those details we capture. This section here, I'll let you read through it at your own convenience, but talks about as far as the liability of your order. From the time that you place an order, we start to work on your order, so there are cancellation fees if we start and you stop. This gets into the nuts and bolts about how we do business. If there are any questions with that, certainly let us know. We do business with a handshake still. We're not looking to create any enemies. But again, it is all there, the formalities of how we do work. So after you've read all that and it all makes sense, there's no questions, we're going to check here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add it to our shopping cart. And what it's going to do now is that it's updating my PDF. You can see it's showing us the progress. And once that's up there, we can go ahead and take a look at that PDF and review it. File finishes uploading, you're going to come into a screen that's going to look very similar to this, where it's going to say that here's your file. You can go ahead and preview and approve, and you're able to see all the pages to your PDF. And this system again is pretty refined. However, if you get into a PDF that just doesn't look correct, reach out to us. And again, this is set up to handle as many different things as possible. If you see that you're missing something, you want to go ahead and reload, you can go up, click to try again, and reattach your file. You can cancel, or you can hit approve and continue, which is what we're going to do. And it's I had a pretty big file, but there we go. We're into the next screen. Now, the one thing with our system that is very important to understand is that for any of these non-traditional orders that we're discussing, you have to leave the shipping option left on local delivery. That's very important. If you change that local delivery and you would go to any of the UPS options, you'll default the order and it will not go in. And then it goes through and it talks about the job in general. It has all the nuts and bolts again about what we're doing here. It's got the part number again, which we said was really important. Again, it's showing us our ship to. We could change it here. We could add a new address right here too if we wanted to. We have a section on our tutorial that talks about adding addresses if you need to review on that. We're going to leave it shipped to Ann. Then we can check all the information that we went ahead and put in there. And here are some of the additional notes. And if there's anything that's missing or that you're confused or said, oh, I would have said this differently, you click on the pencil. It'll take you back in. You can edit it, and then it'll allow you to come back out. And then after you go ahead and make sure you're all ready to go, you're going to go ahead and hit the proceed to checkout. And again, it can take it a few minutes to follow along with you. Okay, it's showing me the billing information. I'm going to get the bill for the project. And again, we do all the billing by hand. So again, the billing the way you've always been accustomed to will be taken care of. If you have terms, you'll be billed. If you're COD, we'll take care of that. If you're a new customer, we'll take care of all that. And then we're going to go ahead and click Submit Order. And now that's going to take it into our formal system. It's going to give you an order number of 159, and then there's more verification of accuracy here. And then you'll also receive an email that's going to go ahead and give you a verification that we've received the order as well. And again, any questions with this, or it doesn't make sense, or you'd rather just send it to us in an email, we're happy to log the orders in for you. This is the process we're going to be doing. So a lot of our customers have said, oh, hey, I'm getting emails from you. That's just they're getting the verifications that the orders are being placed.